Did Virginia Beach, Virginia, just become an actual surf destination? Well, stick around and find out because Atlantic Park is set to open in a few weeks. It is middle of August 2025, and we are getting the first Wavegarden Surf Park in existence. So it is pretty amazing, pretty unique. And I, for one, have been waiting for this for a long time. So before I get into it, if you like these streams, please smash like, hit subscribe, all the housekeeping. My name's Travis. I was a little late because I had to finish making this super smoothie. Let me know if you're listening, if I'm sounding good. Let me do a quick check. I am sounding good. I'm looking good. Might turn up a teeny bit. Just a smidgen. Just a smidgen. But yeah, I think now we're good. We're just gonna roll with it for a little bit. So if you saw the clickbaity thumbnail, per usual, that's my boy Michael Dunphy shredding it, and it's pretty cool to watch someone who, is out there doing his thing now on the QS, etc. And like I'm sure he's thinking the same thing, where it's just like, this is pretty crazy how now, literally out of seemingly nowhere, we have this wave machine, this pumping surf that we never had. And maybe I'm doxing myself, but I am from Virginia Beach originally. So I remember growing up, and shout out my boy Colin Allen, but we would always ponder back in the day about a Vargallon wave pool whose name was Colin Allen. Never bother me while I'm working. Who is bothering me? Never do it. Never do it. So we would talk about this wave pool, and we had this big field in our backyard where we lived, where we grew up in the cul-de-sac back in the 90s in the suburbs before houses were like $1 billion. And um we would call it the Vargallon wave pool. And we always thought about this thing because we had like a little tech deck shop, and we had this whole envisioning of like a skate park, the wave pool, this whole shebang. And now if you look at the Atlantic Park in Virginia Beach, we're pretty much there. There is a skate park down the street at WRV, and the Atlantic Park's sick because it actually has a venue as well, and a really good venue. Let's just look into it for a little bit because this thing's pretty unique, and I don't want to play any games here because this is actually like a pretty giant game changer. Um, we can you can be pro, anti surf park, waves, pools, whatever. But bottom line, if you grow up on the East Coast, you you know what it's like to suffer in silence about how hard it is to truly be a surfer in Virginia and Maryland and Florida. All that East Coast, we all got to deal with it. It's no one has it, much. Some people do have it slightly better than others. I mean, I would say Jersey and the Outer Banks, and there's pockets where it does get really good. But in places like California or Hawaii or Australia, there's no comparison. And once you live or visit these other places enough, and you go back to the East Coast, to the Lake Atlantic, you realize just how hilariously stressful and hard it is to be a surfer there. So a place like Virginia Beach is made for a surf park because it has a built-in audience that already surfs. The ECSC has been going on in Virginia Beach for forever now, and that alone has made Virginia Beach like this hub for surfing. There's tons of surf shops, there's a big surf culture, but the only problem is there isn't really waves. Now we do get waves every now and then in Virginia Beach, but nothing like this guy boosting this air right now. And this is waves every single day, every minute, nonstop. So it is like living in California. where there are waves every day. It might not just be the most amazing waves, but there for sure are waves every day. And where I'm at, I could always go find a place to surf. I just gotta ride, a bigger board like the two fish, the Varga board, 8 foot long board. You adjust the board based on the waves, but in Virginia Beach, what a lot of people do is you just kind of have like your main short board or your main board, and then you just wait until the waves get kind of good. And that's even stretching it because when it's good, it's still pretty much just average for California. So I think this is the first like true experiment with the surf parks where it's put in a place where there is a lack of waves, but there's a high demand. So there's a low supply, high demand for surfing. And now we have it delivered. Now let's check out the release video from Wavegarden that the earth stood still after this video came out. Now this is for reacting or whatever the YouTubers call it. So you can't don't copyright me here. So we're seeing all these guys are shredding. Now we got Zeke in here, we got Dumpy. I mean, Zeke's just become like the perfect test pilot for these wave pools because he's just boosting these crazy airs. And I was reading how I'm pretty sure this wave garden is like a similar one to the one in Urban Surf Sydney. So it's not like the giantest, it's a smaller footprint. But if there's Dumpy right there, but if you know this area and like how they really like finagle this thing in there, it's unbelievable because you would never have thought we'll stick a wave pool right there. I mean, it's literally on the main strip on the boardwalk. It's essentially 2 or 3 blocks. It's 2 blocks from the boardwalk, and I mean the boardwalk on the beach, right there. And then so it's on Pacific Avenue, which is it? Yeah, it's Pacific Avenue. That's what's funny because it's Atlantic Surf Park. But Atlantic Avenue is right by the beach, and the next literal road, like it's the main stretch, like going down the beach. Besides the one next to the beach, this thing is just sitting off to the side of it, and they literally plopped it in to one of the most busy areas right there. So it's pretty unbelievable because I would visit it a few times when they were building it, and it's massive. Like it's absolutely insane. And look at this area he's doing right now. Let's see if we can find any drone shots. Because look, I mean, there's people's houses right here. Like you can see the 17th Street right there. So they really just plop this thing like right in the middle of a bustling city area. And it's extremely impressive. And it's not just the surf pool. They built this dome. I'll show you this thing real quick too. Um, which has already had like a bunch of really sick acts. It had Clips recently, which is like a hometown hero of the area. They had Coheed and Cambria. Shout out, some of my friends went to that. They're getting like Chevelle. They got Chevelle, Cypress Hill, Simple Plan, Papa Roach, Papa Roach with Rise Against. This is like I remember seeing this, thinking that's kind of like a funny little mix together. The Papa Roach and Rise Against. And I just want to check my sound one more time because I did turn it up a little bit. And I'm talking kind of loud now, but I sound good per usual, like I always do because I'm a professional. And so this place like is kind of just the icing on top. I mean, they didn't even need any of this other stuff. Well, actually, as a somewhat insider to this industry, you do need this stuff, which everyone's starting to learn better late than never. Um, because even though the demographic for these surf parks is a guy in a van who's going to bring his lunch, not spend any money, he's going to surf, he's going to leave, he's not going to buy anything. That's not actually going to make all the money. Like at a ski resort, the skiing doesn't make all the money. It's the restaurants, it's the shopping, it's the entertainment. So it's really smart of them to like put this really high level. I mean, they have Steve Martin coming, um, Trivium coming. So they're getting like Mudvayne. They're getting like a funny mix of like rap, heavy metal, and the venue is really nice looking. So let's see if we can see any pictures of it. And it's literally right next here. You can kind of see what I was talking about. It is Atlantic Avenue. Okay, so Atlantic Avenue. So and this is the boardwalk right here. This is like the main street, and the surf park is right here, next to like where you get on the highway. So they somehow, with the modern miracle of engineering and construction, plopped it right there. I still have no clue how they did that, but they did. So you got to shout out to these people that build this stuff. It's really unbelievable that you know you can make this in a place. It wasn't like an empty lot. I mean, there was something there. There was things in this vicinity that they somehow moved. I saw it when they had dug the stuff out. It was just unbelievable. I'm gonna leave a little comment on my thingy right now because I want to get some more people in here. How do I drag? Here we go. Oh, here we go. You see, save preview. Oh wait, I can do this. What's this? I can go boom, share, copy, paste, post. Oh, there we go. So I posted about the live stream right now on post. We'll see if that actually does anything. But like what the surf parks are having to do is have other accommodations draw people in and have the family and the kids and the wife or the husband, whoever's not serving, be stoked and want to be there too, not want to leave, want to spend money, want to stay on the premises. Like you surf, now it's time to eat. There's got to be a lunch spot. You surf, oh, maybe we want a shirt. There's got to be a place to do that. The longer you can keep them on there, the more money they're going to spend. And even though the surf pools, they are kind of expensive still, they still haven't figured out how to get that price down, which if you think about it, at ski resorts, they never started going down and now they're super expensive and there's seasons passes that they figured out how to get around that, but it's kind of caused a whole kerfluffle. Surf parks are going to go through a similar evolution there. It's just going to be a while. So for now, we're going to have to just deal with the hourly payment and kind of see how it goes and just yeah make more money if you want to shred. So but it is costly to run these things and to build them, and essentially you build them and you got to start making your money back. And um so it's we're still in this experimental stage of surf parks and wave pools, and I think it's really cool that where I'm from, where I'm born, this awesome city, Virginia Beach, that has been somewhat on the come up lately and just like reviving itself. It really needed something like this to like up the ante because there was a little bit of this, a little bit of that, just with it not falling apart, but just not being as great as it used to be. Um, but now like you have a world class wave on the main strip right there, a world class venue, all right there. This seemingly came out of nowhere, and I got to shout out a few friends. I don't want to name my names, but they did a lot of hard work to get this going, and it was really cool, and it is cool to just to see these ideas and this creation, and now to like literally see it um is pretty wild. Like you never think this would really happen. I'm thinking back to my younger self when I thought about the Vargallon wave pool. It was a pipe dream. Like that was never actually going to happen, and now we literally get the first Wavegarden surf pool in the whole North America, 1 mile from where my old place was. So that's really cool, and I can't wait to surf it. So what I think's cool about Atlantic Park as well is like they teamed up with a bunch of the hometown homies, including WRV, and it looks like they're also getting a flow state thrown in there. So it's gonna be sick. I mean, it's essentially gonna be like most of the other ones right now. I want to see who their partners are because they had WRV is a big one. So essentially, they're gonna have like hopefully a lot of WRV boards and wave riding vehicles is a staple in that area. So I'm stoked that they got like they finagled their way into this. That's pretty awesome. Jason Bort is, I think he's just was announced that he was the surf line or the surfing coach for all the like athletes and people that are learning to surf and trying to surf. I'm just gonna confirm that really quick. Atlantic Park, so it's actually called Atlantic Park Surf. There, that's the official title. That's the official title because for a while it was just called Atlantic Park, and now yeah, Atlantic Park Surf. Okay, so that's what they're officially calling it now is Atlantic Park Surf. So that's cool. It's a little less confusing that way. Um, Atlantic Park, when it doesn't have surf in the name, it just makes it harder to know what it is. Um, but that happened pretty. I don't know when that happened, but it at first it wasn't called that whole thing. So they did announce Jason Bort somewhere. I saw he was gonna be. Yeah, here right here. I followed my older brother. Yeah, so the director of surf coaching will be Jason Bort, who is a another local hometown hero. Helped write one of the Kelly Slater books. Um, Shreds, really good surfer. So they're getting a lot of these people involved that you know should be involved, which I like to see. It's not just like a crapshoot and who knows who they're getting involved with this, but they're getting real people involved that have some core influence, boots on the ground, as they like to say. And I think that's really cool because they could have easily just kind of who knows what happened, but they're doing their best to keep this thing like somewhat core and like there's houses right there. I mean, it's literally plopped right in the middle of existing civilization. Now they did build a bunch of I think they're going to be livable spots, but also just hotels and stuff. Like they built a lot. Like there's the waffle spot right there. What's it called? Waffles and something. There's a church right there, so that's going to be some iconic imagery of this church, as you saw in their thumbnail. And now that we see the waves in like their true glory, it's pretty incredible. And I think this was similar size to potentially, like I said, the Sydney Alaya Bay. I think it's maybe the same size as Alaya Bay. Let's see. See what Wavegarden says. Wow, that is amazing though. This is a great picture. So now you can really see what I mean, like how they just plopped this thing right in the middle of an existing city. And if we look down the street, down this way, my old stop. This is my all my old stomping grounds, but way down this way, and then if you go on this way, this is the famous First Street where they have um usually the ECSC, and I've surfed many a contest there. It's the best way in Virginia Beach. So I mean right away they ECSC is coming up pretty soon, which is the East Coast Surfing Championships. And I mean, worst case if it's fun. Look, there's Michael Dumpy on the cover, I think. Yeah. So that's the guy on my thumbnail. I mean, worst case, they should have him at the Wavegarden pool. I mean, it could be like a cluster FUK to do that, but if it's like dead flat, yeah, August 17th. So it's in 4 days. Um, and I think it opens. When does it open? Oh, it says opened. When did it say it opens? Oh, I said um February or August 28th or something. I don't know. Maybe they're timing it so it opens right after ECSC, like just in case they have to have it here. um, what's the forecast for Virginia Beach right now? Let's see. Because I mean, usually it's like this timeline in Virginia Beach for late August. It's like not quite hurricane season, so we'll sometimes get like a little bit of like tropicalness swell, but it's kind of hit or miss. And there's definitely been years where it's pretty much flat. But this is usually the swell window for the East Coast is like mid August, November ish is when it starts getting like pretty good. So I think that I'm trying to remember in years past, like it's actually always been a little something. I remember back in the day, Dino Andino, shout out Dino, was there. I think he won it that year or not, but I remember it was like waist to stomach, and it was as good as it gets in Virginia Beach. But the forecast for Virginia Beach is, oh wow, oh so oh man, so there are waves coming. Oh, there's actually good waves coming. So there we go. We have so pretty much the day after it's supposed to start, 3 to 4, 5 to 7, 8 to like, actually a perfect swell window, which is amazing because that's rare. Um, Aaron, I guess they're calling it. It's probably a tropical storm. First day of swell from it's perfect timing. So they're getting a storm, or I don't know. Is it a hurricane? Hurricane Aaron. Let's see. So maybe this is the first hurricane of the season. Oh, it's a tropical storm. Oh, so it's supposed to become a hurricane. Okay, so we're getting our first hurricane. Hurricane Aaron. Still a tropical storm. So that's actually gonna make good waves for Virginia Beach. So there we go. Um, that's how we get waves on the East Coast is like hurricanes, which so essentially we're waiting for natural disasters to come by and destroy everything, and then we get our 3 hour window of good waves. It's like a pretty hilarious, selfish thing to do. Um, so, all right, let's check out the chat here. We have our first official celebrity. We have Marky Mark. So Marky Mark is in the chat. He says, "Hey mate, good to see you back. I will send Migsy a message." Okay, we're getting hopefully Migsy in here. Mark says, "So good for the surfers at Virginia Beach. They were going to build one here on the sunny coast, but couldn't get it funded." Yeah, for sure. Can't remember. There might be another one coming y'all's way. Um, I don't want to talk too much about stuff because I can't remember like what I'm supposed to talk about, what I'm not supposed to talk about anymore. But big things coming, like the meme, big things coming. Um, but I was saying this earlier in the stream, Mark. Like Australia, y'all get waves, so it's like it does make sense for there. But I think what's cool about the Atlantic Park is like it's in a spot that doesn't have waves, and now they're gonna have waves, and it's a built-in demand, and there's no supply. So it's like the perfect storm for a successful kind of business. And Wavegarden, there's it's funny because there is a surf pools in excuse me North America, but it's Kelly Slater's, and then Waco is actually Perfect Swell, which is like the main other one I would say. Which there's a bunch in Brazil. Um, there's the one in Japan. It's pretty much the other main competitor to Wavegarden. But just to show you guys, Wave they have one in South Korea, Urban Surf Melbourne, which is like Melbourne, which is a huge, which some of y'all have probably been there. Some of you Aussies, you Aussie C. I don't want to spell the word because YouTube probably won't like if I spell the C word. The Wave in Bristol, which I think is actually going through a little bit of a thing right now. And this is where they do like their testing, which is kind of cool. It's a super small footprint, but this is where they are mixing up ingredients and dialing it in to really get those waves good. Oh, you can watch videos. Oh, and they have one in Brazil as well. And supposedly this is the same size as the one that they just built, the one in Virginia Beach. So that's pretty cool. Um, And that one's right by the airport as well. They love putting them by airports. This one's pretty new too, the Lost Shore Surf Resort. This one's cool because I've actually got to surf Adventure Park with the sea, and it was in Wales. And it's just a cool area when you're surfing, and there's like all these green, lushy hills. This is how a lot of them kind of have been. They're more like in these somewhat remote areas. Um, Atlantic Park, they stuck it right in a like city block. I still don't know how they did it. This is in Brazil as well. They have heaps now. Like it's hard to say that Wavegarden isn't leading the charge because they have, I mean, they have a dozen about now. I think they have 11. Um, and they're all really good. And they, them and Perfect Swell are, you know, and then now we have Endless Surf. So now there is a few in the space, but Wavegarden has been around the longest, and they do have the most actual ones in existence in the world. Um, but like if we go to locations, let's see if it's on the map now. But look, so they even have. Oh wow, this is funny. I didn't even realize this. They have like ones that are in the works. Oh, so shout out Desert Surf. This is one of my friends' things. So they actually have a bunch that they're just not even talking about. But look, I mean, right here, that's Atlantic Park. And look, this is literally even not even USA, North America. So Canada and Mexico. It's the first one in this whole area. So that's gonna drive. I mean, besides Waco, and I guess there are a few now. There's Palm Springs Surf Club. There's Revel Surf. There's a few now for sure. But Wave Garden, because they like are way more established than a lot of them, this will become like a main traffic hub, and it's travel friendly in Virginia, like Norfolk Airport. It's easy to get around. It's nothing too crazy. So, and the surf culture is built in. In some of the other places, you're in an area where no one surfs. You're almost like if you go to Waco, it's pretty culturally shocking because like you get there and you're just. I mean, I love, I'm a hillbilly at heart, but it's a BM, it's BUMFUK, it's you're in nowhere land. Um, I mean, I walked into the gas station in Waco, and there was someone in there who had flies flying around their ankles. So this was a blue collar, hardworking guy, and he worked so hard that day that he had bugs living on him in real life while he was buying alcohol. Like this guy was a host for little bugs. But I kind of never forget it because it was just kind of I couldn't believe it. I looked at, I was like, this guy has little gnats flying around his ankles, living with him. He was a gnat man. So that's Waco. So it's like and then there's a whole other thing. I was driving with, shout out. I don't want to name people, I guess, but I was driving with someone there, and we're driving, and someone is driving their car towards us. They drive around a biker. They keep coming. The biker. This is like literally 2 miles from Waco Surf. The biker pulls out a GUN and points it at the car, and the car keeps driving. He drives away, and the guy takes the gun, puts it back in his shorts, and then drive and keeps riding his bike. And we're like, all right, this is what is going on? What is this? So it's kind of crazy how like it's not a surfy area. Um, Not a lot of the places are in America. So, or but then in Brazil and Australia, it makes like a lot more sense. This is like the first place they're putting a surf location in where surfers already are. There's a baked-in audience that already exists. So Mark says he's working, but he'll listen and he'll jump in when he can. Jump in, sir. Jump in. Yeah, well, I don't want to get you in trouble or get you fired or nothing. Just tell your boss that you're talking to an old mate. You're talking to an old friend from back in Noosa, and you got use to surf Noosa with them, and then maybe I'll let you hang out with me. But I would love to strike this soon, and it's still surreal. It's still like unbelievable to me that it even exists. Um, because again, I was 6 or 8 in the backyard, and I was lucky enough to have a pool at my one of my houses, and I remember being in the pool, and we were like on our big surfboards in the pool, and just being like, man, so there's the Wavegarden pool back, the Vargallon, it was called the Vargallon Surf Park. We imagine it in the big field back there, and then fast forward, whatever, 30 years, and it's literally right here. So it's pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing. Um, Up, and we have another celebrity in the chat. We have Migsy. We have Minji. Oh, Minji. Minji, how you been, dude? Minji says he hopes he's not too late. Oh look, you guys get little number ones and number twos now. There you go. Hope that makes your day. You can be a little fanboy. And I got to fight to see who's number one and number two. Right now, Mark's number one. Migs is number two. Who's the biggest Travis fanboy? Guess you guys got to duke it out. Mark says, "Was that you on the thumbnail with the big backhand schwack?" And Mark Migsy says, "Thank you, Mark, for letting me know. TV masterclass. It's on. It's on, brother. It's on. I still got some voice left in me, luckily for you. And I pre-made my super smoothie because I gotta stop eating like so late. I'm recovering from some stomach issues, which now shout out everyone with digestive stomach issues. It's the word. It's really bad, but I'm getting better. But I'm realizing one of my triggers is eating too late and then sleeping, and then it doesn't digest correctly. So I need to like get food in me and not eat for a few hours, then sleep. So luckily I got this ready. Because what happens is I surf, I do all the stuff, and I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, I gotta eat. It's like 10 p.m. So I have to sneak these in. I mean, it's already 11:13 p.m. where I'm at, so I'm already blowing it. Um, but the other trick is you have to go on a walk after you eat. So these are all these little tricks. Zinc, L-carcinine, and cabbage. Did you know cabbage fixes your stomach? All this freaking bull crap I'm having to do just to become normal again. But I'm almost there. And long story short, I whipped up the super smoothie so I could stream for a while. I still got to go on like a midnight walk and be like creepy weird guy walking around at 1 in the morning. Um, so Mark, that was not me on the thumbnail. We'll do a little quick. That is my good friend Michael Dunphy, who is in that video. He's a hometown hero. Shout out Michael Dunphy because he shreds and he's an awesome guy. He pilots planes. He can pilot an airplane. He can bring you on his airplane. I don't want to dox him, but I don't. He's in the East Coast still. But him growing up, I gotta name some names here. Philip Gould, him and Philip Gould, they were the two. Like they're a few years younger than me. They were the two young guns who they were the biggest shredders. They were the sickest. Philip Gould's the nice guy you're ever gonna meet, and Michael is as well. Michael has a very shreddy style. Like he really rips. Philip's a little more laid back, but rips just as hard. And Michael is he's been on the QS for a while, and he like will win contests here and there, and he's a trooper. He's been doing this for a while too, so it's cool to see like one of my good mates growing up like still in it, still doing it, and now he's one of the first people to surf the Wavegarden Atlantic Park pool with Zeke and all these other like sick guys. So I'm like just super stoked and proud of him, and it's really cool. It's like an awesome full circle thing that just hypes me up. So I knew I had to put him on the thumbnail, even though the best thumbnail is already the thumbnail Wavegarden used. Which I'll show you here. Oh, they're gonna show me. How do I see the thumbnail? How do you see thumbnails? Oh, they're like, oh, there's me. There's my thing. We could watch me watching me and cause an infinite mirror effect. Let's see. Oh wait, because I'm watching me. It's too much. It's too Black Mirror. Oh look, here is our chat. Am I sharing the screen right now? I don't even know what's going on anymore. Oh, I think it gets confused when you do that. Actually, let me just stop this. I don't think it likes that when you share the stream on your stream. It doesn't like that. I wanted to show you the thumbnail for that Atlantic Park. Oh, here it is. So I'll show you this real quick. This is gonna be like the new iconic imagery from Atlantic Park is gonna be this picture because that's like a church right here. So it's like the church of surfing. So you can praise him while you're getting tubed, bruh. So that's gonna be sick. And then the ocean's literally right there. So let me catch up on the chats here. But I thought that's the coolest picture, and I did want to use this picture, but I didn't want to get copyrighted, and I didn't want to like that's their thumbnail. They're killing it. So I used another image from the video. Don't tell anyone. Thanks, Wavegarden. We're friends. We're friends anyway. Um, the surf park industry is amazing, and it's like cool to be a slight part of it. Not as much anymore, unfortunately, but still an ambassador, I would say, which is awesome. I still get to do stuff here and there, just check in and like see these projects, and um, maybe every now and then I get to go surf one. So um, cool. It's been an awesome journey for the surf park industry, and it's cool to help shape it. Like back in the day, and just the last 10 years to be like somewhat a small part of it has been really cool, and I'm really grateful. And it's unbelievable that we even have any of these things because I thought it'd be another. I didn't think we'd have any of these when I was in living. I thought we just would never have an actual surf park like these. So it came out of left field for sure. Um, so Mixie's saying to scull it, so just chug it for you seppos. I can't mingy for the stomach. I have to eat slow. It's all these stupid rules I gotta do now. It like kind of sucks now. But whatever, you gotta do what you gotta do. Health is wealth. That's when you get like sick or you have some weird health issue. Health's wealth, and nothing else matters at all. Nothing matters. If you're not feeling well, you could be. I mean, being rich is awesome too, but like you could be super rich, and then if you're unhealthy, it's like you're just miserable. So it's the bottom line of the Maslow's hierarchy. Is actually healthy. Should be the number one thing. Is without being healthy, you can't do any of these other things. So Miggsy says eating late stress wrecks your stomach. Yeah, Miggsy, when it initially happened, so I'll give you all a quick story. So in March-ish, this has been a while going on now. My stomach started hurting like never before. It kind of started hurting, and then one night it was like, and it was just like random splotches of like kind of burning. And one afternoon, one night, I was like, I gotta, this is too much, and I went to the ER. And I went to the ER and did all these tests, and they're like, "All right, well, we're pretty sure you have stomach ulcers. Like here's some PPIs." So I started taking these drugs, and then weeks went by. I started getting better, but yeah, it just escalated. And it was at a time where I was starting a new job. I was very stressed. It was one of the most stressful times of recent memory, and I could tell that it was taking its toll because it was too much anxiety. It was too much worry, and I could tell it was affecting me, and I could tell my stomach, and I could just tell what was happening. And then when it finally pushed me over the edge to like go to the hospital, I don't know why I waited so long. But yeah, but now I'm doing a lot better. But it did take April, May, June, July, 4 to 5 months of like pretty much having a stomach ache every day. And I'm still having it every now and then, but I am a lot better. And now when I do get an ache, I'm like, oh man, this kind of sucks. Um, and I actually got this is TMI, but I got an endoscopy. So I had a thing put in my throat, and they looked around, and luckily everything is good, and I am healed from what I had. And there's nothing serious they can see from the biopsies. So y'all are getting a peek into my life right here, personal life. But that was awesome because I mean, it could have been tumor, it could have been all those other things. Um, but it was definitely a wake up call. Like I have to be more careful about just all that kind of stuff. And that's what's weird is like I eat healthy, I meditate every morning, I'm active, I'm in shape. But the last couple months, like I'm the skinniest I've ever been. down to 167 and a half the other day. That's the skinniest I've ever been since like high school. um, and I see people now like, and they look at me like, "Oh, you're really skinny," and I'm like, I don't think I look skinny." And I have my shirt off, like, "Oh, you're ripped." So at least getting borderline stomach cancer at least got me in good shape, and now the chicks are stoked. So at least I got that going for me. But yeah, let's continue on your questions, Migsy, your comments. So Migsy says Michael Dumphy shreds. Oh, so you know Michael Migsy? That's cool. Yeah, Michael is really cool. He's a really good guy and he shreds. Flies airplanes. Mark says the guy in the gas station sounds like an Australian. Yeah, he was. He was pretty much like an Australian from like 1 hour inland. Yeah, or like deep south, like Turquoise, like inland Victoria or something. Um oh nice. So Maisie saying he got back in the water for a puddle, boys. He didn't catch anything, but was good to get back out there. Medium-sized waves, but was freezing cold. That's a bummer. Yeah, because y'all got winter right now, which that sucks. Our summer's coming to an end, and I'm really bummed because like I finally am realizing like I'm definitely more of a summer guy. I mean, I can deal with the winters, and I do like snowboarding, but I've done the mountain man thing. It's awesome, but I much prefer the warmer weather. Um, Miggy's saying he agrees health is wealth. Take lactobacillus probiotics and buy kombucha. I'm gonna screenshot that, Miggy. I've been drinking a lot of kombucha. I pretty much have a kombucha a day. I was already kind of on the kombucha program, but now I'm on it even more, and I can feel the healing as well as apple cider vinegar. I have some right there. During the ulcery stage, it was hit or miss if it was helping, but now that it's like it is healed, my goal is to start taking that more. But the kombucha has been a big help. Cabbage has seemingly been a big help, and then zinc L-carcinine has been awesome. So there's a few things. Try not to eat cheese, fried foods, like all this crap they got to do, and you don't know what's gonna do, and it just not that I didn't pity people with stomach problems, but like it's a super wake up call, and it really just sucks because you'll be hungry, but then you're scared to eat, and it's like, and now I'm at the point where my stomach's better, and I don't know if the pain is hunger or um like the ulcery or acid pain. Like now I'm so effed up that like when I haven't eaten for a while, like it'll kind of hurt. I don't know if it's a hunger pain or like an ulcery pain. Because when you have ulcers, that's kind of what happens. Is in between meals, it hurts. When you eat, you actually feel a little better. So it's kind of a mind f. Mark's curious how the waves were. Um, yes, got have to have the mother. You need the mother in it. Can't have no mother. I don't know. Miggy said he went through the same thing. Sometimes he still gets it, and he fixes it right away with that. Oh, he took PPI for years, and they stopped the acid to heal his stomach. Then problem starts again. Yeah. So right now I'm getting off the PPIs. So I'm taking like a peptic AC and a PPI, and I'm slowly getting off. Yeah, because I've read heaps of horror stories, and luckily I'm on a low dose, and I can tell that like I'm slowly getting off. But yeah, some people take these PPIs, which is a protein pump inhibitor, which is pretty much like Tums to the max. Like it makes your stomach not leak acid, and when you have ulcers and stuff, you just have like stomach acid leaking out of it. It's essentially like having wounds in your stomach. So whenever you eat spicy stuff or hot coffee or just weird stuff, it's like smushing a wound or putting that on a wound. So you look at like that, you're like, oh wow. So yeah, you just get in the bland diet territory. Yeah, Migsy, would you say that that's the main probiotic you would recommend? Because that's the one thing that I want to still add is a just like a daily pill probiotic. Um, on top of all the other stuff. And so you're saying that's lactobacillus? You see. Let's see, lactobacillus. This thing, Lanto. They're calling it. What are you calling it? Oh, here we go. I like Nature's Bounty. Oh, it's cheap. And then like I was taking like I took Metamucil for a little bit. Now I'm taking like another. It's like something husk. It's like a bunch of fiber thingy. Um, it's there's a whole bunch of crap, and you don't know like who's telling the truth, who's not. Seeing these um GI doctors is a nightmare. They're all super booked up. Yeah, so but luckily the person I'm seeing that this procedure I had went great. Like now I am doing a lot good. Yes, Mark, there is cabbage up in here. Actually tonight I blew it and I forgot because I was like rushing to because I didn't want to like upset you and Migsy. I was like, I got a freaking stream tonight. Migsy and Mark are gonna be pissed. So I freaking forgot to put cabbage in here, so I'm pretty pissed. Oh, and aloe. Yeah, aloe as well. Like there's a aloe drink. So there's so many things that you like just do what you do, but you don't really know which one's working, which one's doing anything. And I already take like a good amount of supplements, so I even like stopped taking some, and there's almost too much noise that you have to like experiment. But it's hard when the lesson learned is going to be like a bunch of pain, so it's challenging. Migsy, is this the one you're talking about? Um, Lactobus acilius. Let's see if the my son. I'm not. God, I shouldn't have cleared my cookies. That was dumb. That was dumb. Let's see. Oh yeah, 80%. I mean, everything's a miracle cure. Like you never know anymore. But I do know that I do need to maybe get one probiotic they call it, and this is the one. So yep. And Migsy says apples. Yeah, apples also have like a bunch of fiber, and they help with stopping the acid. So there's a bunch of tools, and it's like I already ate pretty healthy the last few years, but now it's like everything I'm putting in my body. I'm like, all right, what is this thingy? Is it going in or not? um, yeah. So I'm gonna look into that. Mark that one or that Migsy that one you recommended. Let's get caught up here. Migsy's saying, yeah, the PPI. So luckily I'm getting off, but yeah, some people get stuck on those for like a decade, and I mean, get to this point where like, well, would I rather feel okay and take the drug, or like not take the drug and feel like crap? Like, well, I want to feel okay, so I'm gonna take the drug. It's like it's not that different than harder drugs. PPIs are actually one of the most prescribed drug in the entire world. So they work, but they have side effects, and they essentially become like caffeine or something. You have to do it every day, but you don't really want to put that in your body every day because there's a couple weird side effects. Like it can mess your bones up, it can make you kind of weak. Has some causes to make you not absorb vitamins and minerals as well. Yeah, so Maisie says ulcers scare his brother. Yeah, scar his brother. Slowly get off of them. I will, Maisie. I will. Maisie saying fresh apples, but you need to combine them all. Oh, for sure. Yeah, the super smoothie has a bunch of that. I mean, I think just throughout the day, getting some of that stuff in you too helps. Having like a teeny bit of food before coffee in the morning can help a lot. Just to have something in your stomach to absorb. I mean, it's pretty effed because like you're not supposed to drink caffeine, you're not supposed to drink alcohol, you're not supposed to smoke. You're basically supposed to be like this like nun or this Amish person that only eats fresh fresh vegetables and fruits and water, and like you really have to like once you realize you gotta um like it's no joke, you have to like really do what you have to do. It really becomes like a nightmare. It's like, oh, I have to really do this. Like, there's no half ass in it because the longer you half ass it, the longer you're gonna be effed. So yeah, so once you get serious about it, and the main thing is the diet. That's the main thing is the diet, 100%. Because at first I wasn't changing my diet, and I eat tons of tacos and burritos, and so I've had to like cut back on burritos. My favorite food is burritos. Where I live, it's the number one best food. I've only had like three in the last 5 months. So that's been the hardest part is not eating burritos. I've had to pass on going to places. I've had to pass going on trips, going on fun little adventures, just 'cause I didn't know what my stomach was gonna do. So I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. But luckily I'm doing a lot better and I have it under control now. So Migsy, my fellow stomach, thank you. Yeah, Migsy saying coffee is the worst, but I love it. Yeah, me too. And I couldn't give it up. I tried, but I did realize if I make it iced, it helps a lot. And a teeny bit of baking soda in your coffee helps to neutralize the acid, and I just do that every time now. So I put L-theanine in there and a little bit of baking soda and make it cold, and that actually has helped a lot. And I was able to drink coffee throughout, and because like I literally like, wait, you're supposed to not drink coffee after being addicted for 30 years, like, or 20 years. It really messes you up. And you have to it's no games. And until you I mean, I was ready to do what I have to do if I had to stop drinking coffee, but that was like the last one I was ready to give up. I mean, I haven't been drinking that much at all. Um, yeah, so Mark's saying, not gonna lie, boys, I probably need some stomach problems, so I can go in this diet. That's funny. Good one, Mark. Yeah, true. If it does force you, hey, I'm in the best shape of my life right now, thanks to ulcers. Miggsy's giving me his ingredient list. I'm gonna take a screenshot. Apple, 2 capsules of acidophilus Saturday kraut, not spicy kimchi, kombucha every day. Okay, sweet, sweet. Oh, nice. Mark said he's also at a personal best for weight. That's sweet. There you go. So you're skinny, Mark, or are you skinny fat? Oh, you can't say anymore, right? Now I wouldn't mind doing a quick little test here. I want to see how. Oh, look, I'm gonna have to give a quick shout out to one of my recent collab sponsors, Ombras. So if you guys seen me lately, I'm gonna put them on really quick. I found like the coolest new sunglasses, and I got super lucky because they reached out to me. What's that? Fine focus. And I'll be honest, at first, I did not think these were gonna be sick because the whole gimmick is there's a string rope. I think it's Japanese recycled fish nets or something. It's basically nylon. It's actually really nice. Feels really good. This works as the arms. And when they first reached out and I looked at it, I was like, there's no way. I kind of was like, there's no way that's gonna work good. Um, I just thought you needed arms. How is it supposed to stay on your face? But once I put them on, first time you put them on, you're like, oh, wait a second. These are like the sickest things ever. And now, once you wear them a few times, you can't go back to like normal. The normal ones suck. Um, Especially with hats, they don't like grip you in the hat. Most sunglasses to me like are pretty pinchy as they are until they kind of loosen up. Like you have to find like a special pair because they most of them pinch. So these are like my new prized possessions, and these are a brand new release they just had, and they have like this crazy mirror effect, so you can't see my eyes. So I'm super cool. But I want to show y'all me stunt 101ing out in the wild with these because it's pretty cool. Also, I want to see how this plays because now I have upgraded internet and I have Ethernet plugged in. I'm gonna see if this. Remember, I was having problems back in the day with my internet not screen sharing. Right now, it's going great, and I just want to see how this. Oh, what is going on here? No, 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 no. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. I don't like that at all. What just happened? What just happened? One second. We're having some technical difficulties here. Come on. There we go. All right, try this again. Me out in the wild with my refugios, stunting. You guys are ready. There we go. So I'm kind of in the middle of making a review for these, but I think they're pretty cool. And this is a test to see how this plays streaming. There's my friend Michael. Michael, if you're watching. And you know what? It's actually working pretty well. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. So the new internet with the Ethernet is pretty much allowing me to stream with no latency. That is kind of amazing. Let me try one more thing. Let's look at Miggsy's favorite surfboard. See how this plays. I just want to see if there's any oh, it's shut off. If there's any latency. So we're gonna check out Miggsy's favorite surfboard. If there's no latency, this could open up a big avenue for me here. There's a lot less latency. It looks pretty much almost perfect. So that's pretty awesome. It's way better than it was. That's sick. I'm stoked on that. That's awesome. Because I know I say this every freaking day, but I'm still working on the sweet potato review, but it's such a gargantuan beast of a review. And I keep getting these other little side projects like the Refugios that like are a little easier. So I like pick the lowest hanging fruit first, and I'm just bojangling on it so hard. So there's a slim chance I could still do just like the live like this, because it is looking a lot better now. But it's like it's the easy way out. It's the easy way out. So at least I know this works really well, which is sick. Um, and we can just yeah, that this was a really fun wave. But it actually is pretty much no latency, so that's pretty cool. So let's get back in the comments here. So okay, so Miggsy's saying he also has been using baking soda. And it's a game changer. Yes, I agree, Migs. The baking soda, it actually you just need a tiny pinch because if you put too much, it changes the taste a lot. Um, Baking soda is crazy because it neutralizes a lot of acid, so it'll make anything you're eating or drinking less acidic. Um, Maisie's saying he's got 100 kilograms a few weeks ago, boys. There you go. There you go. Party glasses. Yeah, these are the party glasses. So these are the Refugios. They're really cool. Like I said, I know this is a plug, but I'm low key obsessed with them. And what's cool is like the newest drop. I mean, they have really good lenses. They have Zeiss lenses, which is like one of the main camera lens brands that Carl Zeiss is like a OG in the lens game. So with anything that says Zeiss on it, Zeiss, like it's gonna be amazing. Like you don't have to worry about that. So that's awesome. But I really like these because I mean they look cool. You feel like T1000 and Terminator. And like once you get used to the strap thingy, what's nice is you can actually take them out like that and just wear them like a boat croaker or boat shoes guy with the little thing they have. So it's kind of like the thing that the guys have where it hangs here, but you just have it here. But when you're not using it, you can go like that. So yeah, low key obsessed, low key obsessed. Um, and he invented them or whatever. Like he was on a trip and they broke, so his glasses broke. He found a rope and just tied them around one frame to the other or one like lens part to the other, and just like Jimmy rigged it and was like, oh, "This actually works really good," and then just kept doing it. So it's one of those hilarious like $1 million ideas that you would see on is it Shark Tank? You see on the Mark Cuban show. That once you do it, you're like, oh, this actually is a no-brainer, amazing idea. Kind of like this towel magnet thingy. Have y'all seen this thing? So this surf guy invented like a towel. Where is it? Is this it? It's pretty much like one of these, but it's a more of a surf more of a surf thing, and like there's hidden magnets in the towel that let you. Oh, this might be it. That let you like cinch it to the car or around, and it like magnetizes on itself. I saw it on Instagram. What was it called? 'Cause I want to shout the guy out because I thought it was a really cool idea. Oh, here it is. Oh, here it is. So sand magnet. Oh, come on. Oh, here we go. So this thing's really cool. So it like magnetizes on itself, or yeah, two magnets. So it's kind of like a even like a poncho, but there's a lot of little cool things you can do. Um, like you can put it around your car like this. It's a similar thing where it's like $1 billion idea, and once you see it, you're like, oh, that is the coolest thing ever. Oh, so they're called magnet towels. Okay, magnet towels. Yeah, so check them out. I have no association with these guys, but it's pretty cool for sure. Yeah. So Mark's saying he's got to 104. There you go. Good for you, Mark. Good for you. 104. That's nice. Um, I want to go back on the Atlantic Park topic right now. Oh, look, I typed it in and I popped up on the YouTubes. There you go. There we go. They have comments turned off on Wavegarden's thing, which I don't know why. But let's watch this again for a second. I'm gonna grab a quick drink of water, and you guys can indulge. BRB. Actually, Migsy per talk. I'm gonna crank open a kombucha right now. So here's a one that I like. It's the Brew Doctor. This and the Dave's KT or whatever it's called kombucha is pretty awesome. Shout out Angry Snowboard. If you like snowboarding or skiing, he's an amazing content creator. But like I want to look at a little more about the Atlantic Park. So I want to see what they say about it a little bit because it is. I wonder how much they're gonna claim about this because I mean they could be claiming this thing up to high heaven. Like again, it is the first. Like besides, it's pretty much. I mean, not there are a few now, but it's like especially on the East Coast. A lot of these other surf parks are in the West. I mean, Kelly's, even Waco's in the middle. The East Coast has nothing right now. There's a secret one I can't talk about, but it's in someone's backyard. Here's Migsy. But they could like really claim this and like really flex. So it's pretty unbelievable what they've accomplished here. So they're saying it's the centerpiece. It's of a $350 million complex, which also has the live music venue, shopping, dining. It does have residential units and boutique lodging. So there is you can live at the surf park. I mean that could be a little much, but you can do it. So the standout feature is the redevelopment of the dome venue. So the dome, the music venue at Atlantic Park, was actually a music venue there, and they tore it down way back in the day. It was a dome. I'll show you guys. So it was a dome way back in the day that they tore. Here it was. It was really cool. So they had this like OG dome, 1957, and this was right like I think this was like a little further down the beach though. But this was like in the 50s, 60s, 70s, and then they tore it down. So that was a bummer. But now they have rebuilt. Oh God, oh no, 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 no. But then they rebuilt it, and they kept the same name, which I thought that was really cool. So it kind of looks a little similar, um, but it's essentially like a rebranding of this initial dome. It's pretty cool from the top. So they're talking about right here. So it's pretty sweet for sure. I think it was really cool how they combined these two things because, in essence, I mean, this music venue by itself is a big deal. But now with the surf park, it's like kind of an afterthought. But this thing has been open for a little bit as well. But yeah, this thing was pretty cool back in the day. And it's this dome thing's turned out to be really sick because I mean, look at that. And then literally the surf pool is like where the camera is. Like it's right there. So you could literally shred the gnar, get yourself a double mocha frappuccino or orange mocha frappuccino, then go see Godsmack, the dome. Sounds like a fun evening. But again, we're gonna see lots of these pictures with oh, this is cool. Zoom in. These are sick images. I mean, the water's crystal blue. It's amazing looking. Powered by Wavegarden. It still says Atlantic Park on the thing there, so maybe they'll add surf, or maybe I'm not sure if it's called Atlantic Park or Atlantic Park Surf. It's one of the two. There's old Zeke. It's cool how he's kind of become like the main tester of these things, and he goes and he proves that there's a reason why. So that's really sick. Shout out Rusty. There's the oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. That's pretty cool. Yeah, so look, here is so the beach is right on the other side of here. Literally this hotel is like overlooking the ocean, the top of that. Here's WRV. Shout out WRV. And look, they even still have like hard helmets and they're still working on this thing while they're surfing. And look, that'll be the new and this church, like people park here. I know right where that is. I mean, I know where all this is. Um, but like this is a little kind of a parking slash church spot. Is that oh yeah, Michael Dunphy right there. Um oh yeah, that's Michael Dunphy. Can I zoom in? Oh no. Oh, there's Dunphy. Oh, I should use this picture for the thumbnail. Oh well. I don't know who that is. That might be that. I don't know who that is. That is. I don't know who that is either. I wonder if Philip Gould surfed here yet. But yeah, so it's pretty unbelievable. Let's see what the wave menu says. So okay, they have each one. Okay. I think this one's the 52. They don't really say which one it is. Can't remember which one this is. Yeah, they have three different sizes essentially. So I think this is the smaller one, but it looks fine to me. And I mean, Michael Dunphy got like I think 4 turns. I guess I go maybe his Instagram. Let's see. I think Brett Barley might have surfed it. I can't remember. Oh look, but here's Michael like flying his plane. It's pretty sick. He's literally landing a plane on a runway. That is insanity. Oh no. God dang it. Michael. You're gonna get my freaking YouTube channel demonetized. Yeah, so that's awesome. That's awesome. Let me see what else pops up. Oh, this was early. Okay. Well, that's sick. This is, oh, whoa, that's really cool. This is early on when they were kind of starting to get it ready. That's a different one. But there was a sec where they were still figuring it out. Was that first image real? Or is that AI? I think that's AI or whatever. Who knows? Y'all know about all this AI stuff, right? It's now you can't even tell it's AI if it's not AI anymore. Let's see what else it brings up. Like people are like all the influencers are trying to steal my views. This is my topic. Oh wait. Oh look, cool. There's like a little news thing on it. Yeah, so this is the main. That's the main road. It's really cool. This guy wants a business. Oh, sick. He owns the waffle. Yeah. Shout out the waffle spot. That's awesome. This place is literally right next door to it. It's right there. That's awesome. Oh, poor guy though. There was so much construction there. It was kind of a nightmare for a while. It was kind of a nightmare. So this poor guy couldn't have his business going, but I think it'll work out. I mean, everyone knows like that this thing was a good idea, and it is a good idea because it just makes so much sense that like they just allowed this to took a while. I mean, this I first heard about this in 2020 ish, so these things take 5 to 10 years. Um, all right, let's check in the chat here. So Migsy's saying he's never been in a surf pool or a wave pool. Well, actually, Migsy, just so you know, officially they are supposed to be called surf lagoons. Um, my insider knowledge, they actually get very technical with what they call a body of water, and a pool has so many standards that it has to meet that in a moving pool like this, it would almost be impossible to meet the chemical standards needed to like be the same as a swimming pool. So when they approach like safety people for this, they're having to make a whole new like safety thing just for the surf pools because these are supposed to be lagoons, not a swimming pool. A swimming pool needs to have a certain amount of chlorine, under a certain amount of this and that, and that actually can't really exist in a moving body of water like this. It's somewhat different. So they're having to kind of like people calling them wave pools is actually kind of the worst thing to call them because then you're lumping them into the swimming pool category and you're also kind of lumping them into like Typhoon Lagoon or even like pools back in the day were just like a little flappy whitewater waves and you can't like ha- reach those standards and have like sick pumping waves like this. There's like a lot of science there, but it's really challenging. So like the official best name is like Surf Lagoon, but no one's gonna call it that. So it's like I feel like at this point it's almost like a place name in terms of like the name has the meaning has risen above the name. So calling it wave pools, like I called it a wave pool in the title, just because that's actually what people know now as a wave pool. Whereas 5 years ago, people still didn't know this is what a wave pool is. But when you're proposing this idea to the city, you have to call it like a surf lagoon or a surf basin. Because pool means swimming pool means there's all this crap you got to deal with. You have to beat that by actually creating these new standards for only surf lagoons. So let's just all call them surf basins and be on our merry way. Um, so Maisie's saying that Zeke is the Kobe Mavericks of surfing. Yeah, he's really good. Um, I want to dox myself, but he kind of lives kind of near me, and I don't really see him too often. But like he's always traveling. I mean, he's like a somewhat of a local legend, and well, that's looks good. But that guy's eating. Yeah, so this is a cool video. Like they made like there's the dome. So this is the music venue, and I think this is like the outside of the surf park right there. And then even calling it like a surf park is actually even better too because you're calling it's the whole thing. So like this is the surf lagoon within the surf park, kind of like a half pipe sits in a skate park. Like there is a lot of actual technical terms, but like for the newbies and the nobodies like us, we just kind of call surf pool, wave pool is wave pool over there. So it's like we're not really but like the suits and ties people, they gotta like talk real technical like. So yeah. Oh guys, the voice, the kombucha, bring the voice back. So Mark says it's amazing how close it is to the beach. Land around here is way too expensive to afford a wave pool that close. For sure. That's what's crazy is the ocean's right here. That's the ocean. That's the Lake Atlantic, so it's flat. And then here, so yeah, when I went and saw like where they were putting this, I was like, there's what? How'd y'all do that? So it's really cool they did that. I mean, it almost makes a little sense to have it like a little inland, just because I don't know, just because, but here it makes a lot of sense because the waves are usually flat anyway. So people that surf might be by the beach, they might not, but like it's cool that I'm going to the beach and the surf park's at the beach. It's really cool. Um, Mark says unless he wins a Powerball, he'll build one if he wins a Powerball. Sweet, sweet. Um, Maisie's saying he wants mates rates for hit the pool when he go or the lagoon. Now I'm doing it. Miggsy wants mates rates. You gotta let Miggsy in for a good deal, or you're gonna get your just desserts. If not, your just desserts. You guys get unlimited oases. This is pretty sick. Although I did have a revelation really lately where it's like the ocean will never be beat. And I remember when I surfed Waco and I came back to my home spot, I went and surfed my home break the next day, and it might have been the first or second wave I got. I literally got the longest ride ever. I got to the beach and I was like, this is way better than Waco. So I'm not hating on the surf parks, but like just the length of ride besides Kelly's, it is a lot quicker than you think. It goes fast. It's still amazing, but like the natural beauty and being in the ocean, the salt, these are all fresh. There's like chlorine water. Ocean has salt water, which I think there's a special ingredient in there. The vastness of the ocean, the length of rides, it's a whole nother animal. The paddling, the ground isn't just a concrete. So these are like supplements, kind of like a vitamin C pill and an orange. They're both great and you can have them both in your life, but I don't think one really negates the other, nor one should exist and one shouldn't exist. I think we can all happily live forevermore. These are cool videos. I've never seen this one. Oh, look, and there's First Street. So there's my local break, and that's kind of firing. So it's kind of going off for First Street right there. To see that's why I had to grow up surfing, y'all. This is why Kelly Slater's the best. He surfed these kind of waves every day. That's pretty good. Like that's a good day for my hometown of Virginia. Look, there's a little wave. Yeah, y'all Aussies don't know how bad we got it on the East Coast of America. It's bad. It's pretty much like living on the Great Lakes. This girl's stoked. Yes, I mean everyone's really stoked. I haven't heard anyone talk too much trash about it because it just makes so much sense. See, there's another video. Oh, cool, Virginia Pilot. Oh wait, oh this is cool. So here's the construction when they were doing it. You guys can see how crazy this was. The renders are always funny. Like renders, these architects, I've realized they love renders. Renders are their bread and butter. And the renders are lit. The renders of these, doesn't matter what you're building, the render makes you want to move there. Lickety split. Look at this render. They have like the lawn right there. I mean, it kind of looks like this, but not really. But the renders are always, it's like you're looking at the Titanic render. They love these renders. So, moral of the story, don't be fooled by the render. There's always lush green gardens. It's like you're living in some utopia. It's pretty crazy though. I mean, only 1 year ago. Okay, they actually built this thing. Look at he split. Oh, see, I remember. Oh yeah, so look, there's Pharrell, and also so Pharrell, the singer, the rapper Pharrell, had a big part of this, financially speaking, and like star power. Like without Pharrell, just everyone knows Pharrell Williams. Without him, this would have not happened. He essentially was a humongous part in this whole thing happening was Pharrell Williams. So the worldwide surf community has to shout out Pharrell. Thank you, Pharrell. You're a real one. You're a real one. And then Clips, who's kind of associated with him, played there a week or two ago. So it all came full circle. It's a circle of life. Um, Miggsy says Professor T. Varga dropping knowledge. Gotta do it. Gotta do it. Um, uh, Mark says he hasn't surfed the wave pool and he thinks they're awesome, but he can't see how they can beat the ocean. Correct. I feel like that's why this is perfect. When there is waves, there's a surf community, but the waves kind of suck. This is actually where it's better. I mean, you guys are lucky. Australia has really good waves. I think Australia's. I mean, where I'm at's really good, and but Australia is there something special where it's like y'all's national sport is surfing essentially. So the whole country, it's a country, a whole continent. Is it a country? The whole continent of Australia are mainly surfers or like tradesmen who at least are surf adjacent and kind of understand surfing, and they usually do surf or like they go like do Australian stuff like tackle crocodiles or punch kangaroos. What y'all do? You know what y'all do. Um, Migsy was saying, uh, that's my hometown. That is my hometown, Migsy. I might even do a quick little. Let's do a little side quest. Side quest. Here we go. Let's see if we can see any. I shouldn't have signed out. Okay, so this is what we deal with. This is our normal surf forecast. When like we could look at the waves. This is what we see. We see 0 to 1. Can I rewind? Oh, nice. All right, guys. Oh, it actually looks pretty good though. Oh, what is this crap? God dang it! Shouldn't have signed out. Oh wait, maybe I can see. What is this? Jeez, Surfline, you're freaking crazy right now. All right, I'm gonna sign into Surfline really quick because I want y'all to see. I want y'all to see how the waves are today at First Street. How do you sign into Surfline? There we go. Yeah, every day is 1 to 2, and then once every 3 weeks for like 3 hours, we get like 3 to 4, pretty windy, not powerful. Um, and then the next day it's 1 to 2 again, and then for another week or two and when I say 1 to 2, it's actually like 0 to 0.1. It's zero. It's just like the lake at your local lake. It's not rideable at all. You can't even longboard it. So that's what really messes you up. Oh, it's perfect right now to show you guys what's going on. It's so small and flat you can't even longboard. And like that's the part about where I'm at, where it's like I stay here and I pay all this money because I can at least go longboard on the worst day of the whole year. That is better than this. So look at this. Imagine getting your surfboard and going out here. What will this do? Oh gosh. I don't know what that to happen. What the heck did that thing just do? Here, hover back. So here. There's actually a teeny wave right there. So that's actually pretty good. You could actually go longboard that. Um, but yeah, so oh look, see, there's one guy. Let's see. How do you full screen this thing? There we go. So this guy's waiting. That's a little. This is the first street jetties. This is where the ECSC is happening. And this is literally how it could look during the East Coast Championships. So I would say like it's like this. I mean, it is summertime. In the fall, there could be a little something. Let's see. Let's go to random day. Sunday, 8:10. Oh, look. Oh, there's something out there. Oh, look. There's a good day. See? See, the people are out. The boys are all out. This is a good day. Look, it's freaking packed. And what is that? I don't even know what that is anymore. I mean, that's pretty much like the worst day of the whole year where I live. And that's like a pretty good day. It's crazy. It's crazy. Let's read the chat while we see if any ratable waves come. Migsy's saying this is flat. It's isn't flat, Migsy. That's like 2 to 3. We call that 2 to 3 in Virginia Beach. That's 2 to 3 Port of Fair. We're calling that. Look at that look at that set. Look at that set. That's what there's a right hand point break essentially. Comes right there. And you ride it right here. Let's see if it got any better the day before or after, Monday at 11. Let's see. Tuesday at 12. Here we go. So we got like a little morning session. It is crowded. Jeez. So can you imagine the suffering? Like, see, when I go to Virginia Beach and I deal with this, it stresses me out. It's too much. Like, at least this is glassy. Let's see. Let's see if these waves break. This full screen it or small it? Oh, see, we got a wave going. Oh, look, oh, it's a good wave. It's a good wave. Oh, that's a good one. Oh, that's a good one. Oh yeah, now we're talking. Yeah, that's a good day. That's a good day. Look at that one. This is like this is 2 to 3 fair to good is what we would call this. We would call this 2 to 3 fair to good. And people will be talking about this all week. That's a good day. Let's catch up on the chat. So Mark says he doesn't understand why the East Coast doesn't get better waves. It's pretty exposed to the Atlantic Ocean, so should get decent swell. I think the Atlantic Ocean just kind of sucks. I don't know, because even on the Atlantic side of Central America isn't that good. I guess Brazil is good. So I think it's just like that northwest part of Atlantic hitting North America. Miggy says it's flat. Mark says there would be no one out in these conditions in Australia. Miggy says he wants to cry and that it's sad. Migsy's sad. Well, now you guys know why I'm so grateful for good waves and this is why Kelly Slater is the GOAT, because Kelly Slater had to grow up riding these waves. Because where he was out in Florida, it pretty much was just like this. It might have been a little bit better. I think Florida might be a teeny bit better, but and then New Jersey actually is a little more consistent. And Outer Banks, North Carolina is okay. Here's a good one. Here's wave of the day. That was wave of the day. So Oh, Megsy says the boat was making the biggest waves. LOL. Funny, Megsy, because that actually is true. We wait for the boat to go by, and we're like, "Oh, a sick wave's gonna come. Sick wave's gonna come." Yeah. So here's a good one. Can I zoom in? Wish I could zoom in. Oh, there we go. A little fade. All right. So that was wave of the day right there. Oh, this is a good one. Okay. Well, we all gotta agree that was a decent little wave right there. That was. And this is what's funny too is like because I grew up surfing this, like I don't think I can ever truly become spoiled because I my memory, it never forgets. Never forget. Like it somehow I never forget that this happened in my life and I had to do this all the time. And the water gets freezing here. It gets 40s, upper 40s. I never owned a 5'4" growing up. 4'3" was the main thing I had. Never owned a 5'4". So I was surfing in 45-degree water, these waves with a 4'3", with a 2002 XL Infinity, not even a dry lock. Just somehow survived. Just it taught me a lot about surfing, that's for sure. And that's why I'm super grateful that. And here it is too. So like this might have been like an hour window where it was actually okay. The tide might have got super high. I mean, let's go to 12 p.m. that day. What happened? Okay, so look, at 12 p.m., this is what happened. This is that same day. 4 hours later, it's a lake. It's a literal lake. So that's the stress you live is like you want to make sure you at least get that little 2 hour window where there was something. Because if you don't, you go to the beach and it looks like this. So it's like a mind f because it really it's depressing. I mean, there's a little see it's so tide dependent, swell dependent, and there's such a lack of swell at all times besides storms and hurricanes, etc. That um it's super stressful. It really is. Like I went there and I tried to like go to the Outer Banks, which is 2 to 3 hours. It's kind of a mission. It was kind of raining. Sometimes it's too blown out and big, and I was all night just checking my phone. Like, all right, is it good? Is it not gonna be good? Like, you just don't know what's gonna happen, and then it's too stressful to try to be a surfer. So I don't know how I did it or how people do it. Um, and like here's later that day, and let's look at that. Like, let's look at the day after that. What happened? So the day after that, okay. Like what's funny is like this sucks, but it's better than being dead flat. That's what's so funny. This is literally at least there's something moving where you can get on the big longboard and go. Um, so it's funny. You become extremely grateful for anything. But what's really funny is there's still guys in their 50s on little potato chip boards out there, just Huntington hopping, getting nowhere. So yeah, you Aussies, you don't know how good y'all have it because it really is. I mean, besides like the northeast coast, most of Australia does have pretty good waves. Um, so Maisie said Mark says he would need a sweet potato. Yeah, sweet potato would have been good back in the day. Back in my day, we didn't have the sweet potato. We had the 17 and 3/4 wide, 1 and 7/8 short board, or we had a longboard. Maisie was born 500 kilometers from the closest kind of good wave. Google Capital Federal Buenos Aires, Argentina. Family is from Spain and France and all over Europe, but he's more Aussie in his heart. Oh, nice. I know Buenos Aires. Mark says it was flat. Yeah, it was flat. We're all, Maisie says, Mark, you lucky bloke. You grew up with the waves. Yeah, Mark, we are jealous. Oh, Mark grew up in Brizzy, which, yeah, it is an hour from the coast. But it wasn't too bad because you went and surfed Six Snapper Rocks and Diva and South Stratty every weekend. Yeah, Brisbane's cool. Brisbane's cool, and it's like kind of close to some of those like sweet, lush forests. Um, Pretty centrally located, so that even though you are inland, like you could strike a little bit south, a little bit north. I mean, the whole pretty much from Noosa to Melbourne, Australia is just epic. And I mean, how long is that? Um, Holy crap! Oh yeah, it's the Noosa Shire. I forgot. That's cool. Let's share. I love sharing my screen. Now that the internet being amazing, this is awesome. And I have Ethernet. Ethernet's really the main thing, and then also the faster internet is really awesome. Yeah, so pretty much from here to here is just amazing waves. This is kind of like California, but for Australia. Um, so it's cool. It's really cool. I mean, I guess more so right here, but there also is a little bit of a wave here, but especially from like here to here. Because I when I did my movie Betsy, we drove from essentially here to here. Yeah. So that's pretty cool. 20 hours. That's yeah, pretty much like the West Coast. Um Mark Sandus, he always wanted to be at the coast, so soon as he could, he moved to the coast. Maisie says, amazing how many surfers move around the globe. Yeah, true, true. Um, yeah, guys. It's been about an hour and a half. Probably gonna wrap it up here soon. We'll do a little bit of surfboard talk too. I think we beat the Atlantic Park thing to death. Um, Really stoked. I think if anyone's planning to check it out, definitely do it. Look at this. I want to see this video. You can kind of see how crappy the waves were. Oh wait, let's see here. Oh look, there's there's the waves. That's what most of the East Coast looks like most days. Is this? It's just a on the shore closeout. Oh god. Oh look, that one too. Yeah, so like this is what a lot of these are like too. That actually isn't the beach. Isn't the beach? That's like that's the bay. So there is a bay as well. But every now and then it does get that flat. But I would say more so gets like that other level of flat. But it's a nice area otherwise. I mean, it's just really humid and hot. But besides that and the crappy waves, it's not bad. All right, I want to so Atlantic Park. Go check it out, y'all. Let's talk a real quick about the new Firewire neutrino. So have y'all seen this, Mark or Megs, whoever else is watching? Because don't tell anyone, but I did see this before it got released. But I had to keep the old mouth shut. Where'd it go? Uh-oh. Is it not out yet? Did I just blow it? Oh, wait. Oh, crap. Forget what I just said. Hold on. Neutrino. Oh, there it is. Oh, it's out. Yeah, we're good. So this thing's pretty cool. When I first saw this in person, I was like, oh, that thing's wild. And I thought it was a twin fin, but there actually is a fin slot right there. So it's a proper tri-fin. Um, oh, cool. Video. So here's Tomo. Yeah, so there is a fin slot in there. And he has the quad V thingy out the back, which I'm really stoked on. So this is essentially Migsy, you would maybe like this one, Migsy, because you don't like the Revo Max. Migsy says, we are lucky we have you doing this. Thank Travis, thank you. You're welcome, Migsy. And I apologize I haven't been doing as many live streams lately. Just been slammered with work and want to keep doing them, but I'm slammed there and I'm trying to get a lot of these published process videos out. But I will have that insane like sweet potato video out one of these days, and it's gonna be a banger. So this world looks cool. I'm not really sure what this is supposed to be. I think it's supposed to be kind of like a shortboard, almost like a Kelly board, written pretty small, I think. Oh wait, is he sponsored by Kelly's brand? A skateboard for the ocean, okay. And it's just an Ibolic 2.0. Oh, is Ibolic 2.0 new? Oh wait, I think that's new. I think Ibolic 2.0 is new. Let's see here. Do you guys know if this Ibolic is a new Ibolic 2.0? Technology. Huh. I think this is new. Yeah. Oh, cool. Yeah, this is new, I think, because maybe they're doing this with all of them now, like this painted. Because again, there's a stringer, but it's made out of foam. They say it's the same right here. Oh, what the neutrino does? It's amazing in small waves, but it holds a medium. It's ideal for small waves when you need speed. The energy's low because it has a lot of stuff as a bigger board put in the smaller body due to like how the board's shaped, kind of like the Revo Max. Oh, okay. So the Abolic 2.0 has a carbon strip layup on the bottom deck. Ooh, interesting. That's pretty cool. Let's see. I'm gonna talk about Abolic 2. Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, it's super new. That might be the first board with it. Okay. Yeah, so there's a new Ibolics, which has carbon, the hot-ish carbon. If it has carbon in it, it's legit. I think the carbon's in the stringer. Let's see, technology. But with increased strength due to a fully engineered carbon strip inlay on the bottom deck. Inlay on the bottom deck. What does that mean? What's an inlay? It's a dental thingy. I don't know what that is. Yeah, either the stringer has the carbon, or it's just like somewhere a flat piece of carbon on the back. Either way, if it has carbon, das ist gut. Okay, so Miggsy says the neutrino board looks ugly. Shame on you. Shame on you, Miggsy. But I'm sure it works. The ugliest boards perform the best. True. I'm looking at you, sweet potato, too. The ones that look the best always disappoint. Kind of like Miggsy's poor dating life, if you know what I mean. Damn, Miggs. Burn. True. I mean, sometimes, yeah, the hotter, the more attractive they are, they don't have to have the other uh dimensions of their stuff as good because they're so hot. Like the hot crazy matrix or whatever, you know. Maisie knows about the Revo Max. He doesn't like the Revo Max. He's never gonna forgive me about it. I do love the Revo Max, and I would love to lock it in. Even though it's in the end, I every day, even though I do love the mashup. Some days, the other day I was like mashup. Your days are numbered. The Machado Cotto, I want that thing, but also just kind of want to like make more money, and I can buy the Machado Cotto. But yeah, to be honest, like this board does look cool. I want to talk to Firewire. Maybe I can try it out. Um, to me, I would almost just prefer to ride the Revo Max again because I'm pretty addicted to twin fins. So it's like if it's not a twin fin now, even the 2+1, it doesn't do it for me as much, like the two fish. See if I can focus on the two fish real quick. What happens? Ooh, what? Oh, I don't want to do it. Oh, come on. Oh, it doesn't want to do it. Oh, there you go. Like, so look at the twin fin and all its glory back there. I really am so addicted to the twin fin now. Like, when I ride the mashup, it's sick. But the twin fin right there, it just has this flow and the laziness you can have with the top turns and bottom turns, and the speed you get on the bottom turn pivot. It's hard to mimic on the thruster, I'm realizing, and the thruster is kind of more. It feels a lot more boggier once you get used to the twin fin. The twin fin is just so fast. Any other fin systems doesn't feel as good. But yeah, guys. I reckon that's about an hour 45. That's all I got in me. That's all I got in me. Let you guys see the old eyes. Oh wow, I have to just wear these at all times now. But I appreciate everyone for tuning in to another live stream. We had the boys in the chat, Migzy and Mark. Thank you guys so much. Thanks y'all for being here. Migzy was saying Dane Reynolds has one similar tail CI, and lots of longboards have the same tail. Yeah, the square tail. Yeah, I think it kind of works. Doesn't want me to zoom in for some reason. Oh, there we go. Oh, yeah, it's. You know what had a tail? Yeah, I was kind of like a dumpster diver. It's kind of like a mini Simmons, I guess. It's cool. I think also with the kind of divots of the concave thingy, I think that would actually work pretty good. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see. But that is all, guys. I gotta go on my midnight walk to digest that super smoothie and be on my way. Maisie was saying, is the CI the dumpster diver? Yes, yeah, it was the Almer dumpster diver. Now there's a dumpster diver too. Tail. Yeah, it had like the dumpster diver had a pretty wide tail. It wasn't as crazy as the neutrino, but um pretty wide tail, pretty flat. It was one of the original boards that started like squish the boards, remember? Make them wider. It was almost kind of like a pod mod or a pod. And I did have one. I think I got a custom one. Yeah, I got a custom one time and it was sick. But in the end, like I preferred the pod mod how it rode because the pod mod was more focused on having foam at the front top, where the dumpster diver kind of focuses more on having that big tail. And I think it's better suited for a back foot surfer. I did like it and I learned to love it, but it took me a while. And in the end, like it's not the perfect board. Whereas the pod mod, like that's the perfect board. So, all right, guys, it's time to hit it. Mark, Maisie, everyone watching the replay, I appreciate you guys. Smash the like, hit subscribe on your way out. Hope you guys get some waves. Thanks, Migs, for the stomach help. Mark, thank you again. Till next time, guys, we out of here. Peace.